for you right now, if you look at the crowd, is he in his body or in his head?
His head.
How can you tell? You can look at the crowd. Don't be scared.
He looks tense.
Okay.
Now this look here, okay, him looking into the audience like, is this okay? Am I doing it right? Is this acceptable? Like that look is the look that I see in almost every single person's face at the beginning of every single live event. And it's just crazy to think about. Like when I walk up on stage in the beginning and I look into the audience, this is what I see. You know, it's very rare that I see people who are connected to the world around them, who are interacting with the world around them. And it's very rare that I see people who are connected to themselves, you know, occupying their entire bodies, feeling. What I see instead is this. I see people who are trapped in their heads, trapped in the jail of their mind. You know, they've escaped the world, must retreat from the world, and they've escaped themselves, must retreat from myself. And they are just in this little space here, in this state of anxiety, of pain, constant worry. You know, where do I stuck up? What do people think of me? Is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? Is this acceptable? Like that's their existence. And this is, again, due to the way that we're conditioned. And with PC, as we previously discussed, it's just getting worse and worse and worse, to the point where almost nothing is acceptable anymore. You know, if you're born now and you're raised in, you know, today's PC world, you're taught very fast that this is not okay, that is not okay, don't speak up, don't do that, don't put your hand on the table, don't state that opinion, don't say this word. And it's just so fucking scary that you just withdraw from the world completely and you feel just so horrible. There's so much anxiety that you withdraw from yourself. You withdraw from the world, you withdraw from yourself, and you're just stuck in this little, this last bit of your body, let's just say, stuck in your head. Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely insane. I see it in the dating world too, you know, teaching success with women, where more and more guys are coming on these programs and they can't even make themselves heard. You know, even sitting at a restaurant with me, if we're having just a casual conversation at a restaurant, I can't hear them. They show up like, hey, Julian. Like, hey, how's it going? Good. I can't hear you. You're going to have to speak up. What? You're going to have to speak up. Like, we're in a restaurant here. If we go out, like, say, to a bar or club, like, no one's going to hear you. Okay. Yell. Yell. Like, that's the world that we live in. People are just trapped. And you can just see the pain in his eyes. You know, like that look. Just that was me, by the way. Just, again, that was my entire existence. You know, from when I was born, that was me. I was always in that state. That 3 out of 10. You know, and when I see this in a crowd, like, I'll look for people who just really stand out. Like, there are different extremes of this, but when I saw him just sitting there, just come on up. Like, those are the people I just immediately bring up front, and my goal is to just shake them out of it. It's to wake them up, you know, and this is something that, you know, like, he needs an outside force to just wake him up. Like, you need to make someone experience this. For him, more knowledge about the topic too, because that's the go-to. It's like, well, I'm in my head. What's the more knowledge? It's like, no, you need someone, an outside force to just shake you the fuck out of it.
Let's do it one by one, and what you'll see again, like proof not promises. I'll go first, then try to top me. I'll go first and try to top me. Okay? Just I'll even start quiet, like, hey. I'll even take this off. Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
Way louder. Huh? Try again. Solo.
Hey!
Even more. Just keep trying to top yourself every time.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Even more. Even more. Come on.
Hey!
Even more. One last one. Way louder. Come on. Right. Good.
So this is an exercise that I love to do, and it just kills it in terms of waking people up, you know, getting them out of their heads, is the back and forth yelling. You know, where I go first, I'll yell, and I'll have him top me. And then I'll yell a little bit louder, have him top me. A little bit louder, have him top me, and then he goes all out. And the reason this works so well is because when I go first, it gives him permission that it's okay to go that loud. And you'll see this sometimes in big crowds. You know, I remember I was setting up a seminar room in, it was in Canada, in Winnipeg, I believe. or Calgary, Winnipeg or Calgary. And I walk in and I'm setting things up, and people start coming in already, and everyone's just super fucking quiet, and I'm like, well, you guys can talk, we're gonna start in 15 minutes, and they're still extremely fucking quiet. And it's not that they didn't want to talk, it's that the norm was just so low. They're like, is it okay? No, is it okay? But what happens is, as soon as someone speaks up, it gives everyone else permission to speak up too. So you just need one to go first, and that's what I do here. By me going first, it's like, oh, I guess it's okay. Okay, I can go first. And I kind of just bait him that way, and then kind of send him off on his own. And he does that amazing, last scream. And then, of course, like, to have the crowd there supporting you and cheering you on, I mean, that's like the positive reference you need. It kind of tips that balance of, your entire life. Don't scream, don't be loud, shut the fuck up. Here it's like, fuck it, bang. And you just let loose and experience, again, that glimpse of authenticity.
We're not used to even screaming like this or letting loose ever. Where I was like holding back. And I can guarantee you now, it's like, although it's like probably scary at first, like you're probably like, even your posture now, a lot more at ease. No? Not perfect, but a lot more at ease. And you're like, oh shit. Probably a lot easier that second time, probably a lot more freeing. And now you're like, holy shit. This is the same when, like singing. A lot of people have like a huge blockage with singing. Yet when you start to sing and then you realize nothing bad happens, it's like, oh, and then you kind of get on this flow.
Look at him now. Look at that vibe. Look at that aura after the scream versus the beginning. In the beginning, just by doing this little screaming exercise, you see him like this in his head. And now it's like, hey, wow, you're back in your body, back in touch with the world around you. You've put yourself out there. There's no longer this blockage. And you just see that aliveness kind of kick in. That light in the pupils just kind of kick in just by doing that. And it's insane, just that. Like, even me now, if I bring my awareness only into my head and observe the difference in the vibe here, if I'm like this is me in my head. So yeah, I'm in my head right now. You can just sense, even the way I talk now is very, there's not that depth to it. Me and my body. So I'm talking now, and I'm occupying my entire body. There's a little bit more depth. The voice is a little bit more rounded, a little bit more grounded. But I'm still cut off from the world. I'm just in my body. Now, if I put myself out there, like, okay, interacting, connected to the world, this is how I talk now. And there's even just the smile that automatically kicks in. Bang! Okay, notice the difference. And all someone needs is that little bit of a push. Now, just to make it clear here too, this exercise, this doesn't cause any permanent change. Okay, but what it does do is it gives him that glimpse. It gives him that reminder of what being authentic feels like. What he'll then have to do is let go of all the blockage that's there.
So we're gonna get back to you, but let's just do kind of with the crowd here, just to kind of fuck around. Let's like split it in two. We're gonna do the A, and basically you go first, you top that fucking side. Then you top him again, and we'll just keep going like that, okay? So just, hey, like that. This side. Pause. That's the reaction, by the way, that I fucking love. It's like, we're doing it, it's like everyone together, and notice how a few of you are still inspired to still keep fucking yelling. Because you're like, that, like, it's same as that. You're like, holy shit, I did a bit, nothing bad, this feels even more. It's like, that's what you're inspired to fucking do. And during that last time, especially of like you guys being inspired to do it, it's like, you're not fucking forcing it. It's not like, willpower, it's like it just comes out, And that's like the ideal here.
And I love this, it's like we do the exercise with the crowd, and I'm like, okay, everyone stop, and there's still a few people who keep on yelling. And the reason they keep on yelling is they've connected with themselves again. They had that glimpse of authenticity, of aliveness, and they just don't want to let it go. If you've been stifled, just walking around in your head for so long, and suddenly you have that opportunity to put yourself out there, you reconnect with yourself, you don't want to let that go. And it just shows like how in need of this we are. And there are really not that many environments either that promote you doing something like this. Where else are you really going to let loose like this? Where else are you going to scream like this? You can't do it at your job. You can't really do it with your friends. I mean, I guess you could do it in the street, you know, maybe your house or apartment, but depending on where you're staying, you might hear, you know, your neighbors might bitch. This is one of those environments that provide you with the opportunity to really put yourself out there. And I love it too, because those last screams, those are really those genuine, authentic screams that come from a place of inspiration. You know, it doesn't require effort. You know, the first ones might require effort to kind of get the ball rolling. You're like, scream, scream, and then it just kicks in, and you're like, fuck yeah, and you just go with it. Those are those authentic screams.
Now we're going to take it further. Here we're just doing screaming. Let's do... I'm going to blast some fucking music. I know, you're probably like, fuck this shit. All right? Now notice here, okay, catch yourself. It's like, what are you doing here? You're trying to warm up to get somewhere.
Can you give me more space? Can I?
No. For now, just stand still.
Okay.
Look at the crowd. Don't escape the crowd. And just kind of stay with your emotions for now while I get it set up. Okay? Because notice that too. It's like, oh, we try to escape it, and you're trying to warm up for something. It's not something you need to warm up for. It's something you need to unleash. It's like it's there once you get out of your own way. Effort, like think ego equals effort. Every time there's effort and it's heavy, it's not coming from the right place. Okay? Now, I don't have... What song? Any recommendations? No, let's get like a dancey-ish song.
This Girl by Kung.
This Girl... Is that like a Danish thing or no?
No.
This Girl?
Can't Stop the Feeling.
Oh, by Kungs. Got it. I hope this is good. Now, in terms of... Let's do this. Let's just rate it in terms of looseness, okay? In terms of looseness, like, we'll both put like, both arms up when it's like really loose, both arms down when he's stiff. So you can kind of just gauge by the audience, okay? Let's go. Whatever you feel inspired to do. Don't even think, just fucking do. And you can do halfway, you can like rate it. Now, all right, good. Now here's what happened, okay? Started off a little tense, then you started seeing, a few people raise it, and you did start loosening up, but then you stagnated in those same moves. It's all good. Keep riding that wave where it's like, every time you're kind of like, you want to reach that point where you're not even conscious of it, where you're just like, yeah, fuck it. And just like, whatever the fuck. It's like, don't try to be cool, just like, whatever the fuck kind of comes to mind, just do. And don't, like, as soon as you kind of catch yourself, be self-conscious, be like, yeah, fuck, like, disrupt that pattern. Okay? Back at it, going now. Even looser. You can close your eyes a bit if you want to, like, whatever fucking comes to mind. Be willing to smile. The smile is good. That's what you want. You want to smile, be laughing, like a blast. All right? Feel free to join in, by the way. Whatever you guys want to do. Like, try to get that really loose vibe. Like, fully loose. Even looser. Smile. You better be smiling. Now, pause. You join him on stage. I can always tell. This is what's whack. It's like you can always tell who's still in their fucking head. Like everyone's kind of like slowly loosening up, and you're just like. Yeah, deep breaths. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Yeah.
So you see that same fucking look in the eyes, like. There's another one. Again, if you attend that event and I see that, you're coming up.
Let's start with a couple yells.
Wait, what? Yeah?
Yeah!
Now, good but forced. I want like that. Hey!
Hey!
Longer, even more.
Hey!
It's not force. It's like just kind of let go as you yell. Hey! Like even do it with the arms and the smile. Hey!
Hey!
Hey! Hey! Even louder, like join in. Let's do it. Hey! 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 Now pause.
Hey!
A lot better. Now, you're going back in your head. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Don't be James Bond. Let go of all of this shit. It's like you're not trying to be cool. You're just like, hey, like, you're the fat fucking American. Like, hey, yeah, fuck yeah.
Hey!
Just like, because, again, think fat American, opposite Finnish guy. Don't act like the Finnish guy. Be the obnoxious, loud, loose, fat fucking American. Hey!
Hey!
Hey! Good. Let's get you to dance.
Okay, so he's doing better. And what I like about this too is by me saying stop being cool, stop being James Bond, stop trying to do so well, I'm killing that front that's stifling him. And this is important to understand. So he's putting on this front of, you know, James Bond must be cool in front of the crowd. That's a coping mechanism, if you will. You know, that's the fakeness. And by me saying, fuck this front, you know, someone in this context who has authority and he's going to look up to what I'm saying just due to the context that I'm giving the event, I rob him of that coping mechanism. I make it not cool. I make it so he has to stop putting on this fucking front. It's like if you take a people pleaser and you tell that person, stop pleasing all the time. Stop saying yes. They're saying yes to cope, but now their coping mechanism is gone because I take it away. And that's what I did here. I'm like, stop being James Bond. And now he has to put himself out there. And you see the little bit of the clouds parting and a little bit of authenticity kick in. So this is something you'll see me do a lot in the following videos too.
Pause.
So I amplify it here. We start with the screaming, and now it's let's fucking dance. You know, I just really will push you outside of your comfort zone. And you see him just, that resistance kick in. You know, he's like, okay, I'll start dancing. And he's like, oh my God, this is too far out there. I can't. Now, the cool thing about this is you hear the crowd like, come on. There is no escaping this. You know, for him to back out of this situation now that he's up is more embarrassing, let's just say. Like there's more fear than actually going through. So you can use the pressure of the crowd here to force him to go through this experience that'll remind him of what it's like to be authentic.
Now, I love this. Wait, now pause. I love it too. It's like,
Oh my God.
I know it's hard, but look at this. It's like, did you see it a couple times? It's like, he's there and he's about to. Like, it's inside him. Like, it wants to come out, and he's like,
There's nothing missing in you. If you're watching this, you're like, man, I don't know if I could be loud. You can. You don't need to train yourself to be loud. It's about getting rid of what's in the way. For him, there is that loudness. There is that fun personality, you know? He just has to get out of his own fucking way, which is what we're making him do here.
it's like, it's there, and that's why I'm saying it's very simple to do, yet so hard. Because you don't have to do it, you just have to like, shut. It's like, fuck off ego, fuck off self-concept, let loose. Let's try again, because you're not getting out of here without it. It's better just to surrender to it and be like, fuck it. Hardest thing you'll do, fuck it. Like, this is why it requires effort to get there, but like once you're there, you'll see, like once you let go, it's like, it's no effort. And it's not something you need to like do, it's like, I know. Enjoy the resistance to it, and let's make it happen.
So again, he's trying to back out. There's no backing out at that point. When you have a huge crowd just cheering you on, you're there in front, you're like, ah, fuck. And you just see him like the resistance kicking. He's like, no, it's like he's just fucking there. And he has to let go. He has to just get out of his own way. There's no backing out.
Loosen it. Run back and forth, loosen it up. Crazy, run. High five people and shit. There. Loose. Jump up, high five. Keep doing it. Dance. Loose. Pop. Whatever you feel like doing.
So it's the pressure of the crowd, but also the support of the crowd. You know, it's like there's the crowd there. You're like, oh my God, I must do it. But then, of course, I'm like, hey, go run through the crowd, high five people. And you start getting people high fiving you. Like, everyone here is on this guy's side. You know, everyone here wants to see him be authentic. And this is something that's crazy thing about too is we think we must always do right. You know, we think, hey, if we go up on stage and everyone's looking at us, they want to see us do the right thing. They want to see us be cool, but that's not true. What they want here is authenticity. They want to see you be authentic. They want to connect with that authentic you. That's what we're all in need of. That is what we're all fucking craving.
Hey, 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 loose, 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 hey, 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 loose, let loose, hands up, loose, let's loosen the fuck up. Woo! Everyone, loosen the fuck up, all out. Hey, like, whatever you're trying to do. Loose, don't even think, loose. Hey, now.
I feel like I'm still possibly in my head.
You're still very much in your head, but there were a couple little glimpses, if you saw, where there was like a little bit of smile, a little bit like, ah, like that, and then kind of revert back, like, ah, how do I look? Ah, what about me? Ah, like that. But that's the goal.
And this will happen too, where, you know, sometimes you'll get extremely stifled and bang, for like a full fucking minute or two, that person's there. But oftentimes it's kind of back and forth. You know, it opens a bit, then it closes. It opens a bit and it closes. You know, you'll open a bit, you'll be a little bit loud, and you're like, whoa, and then you start judging yourself again. And then you close up. But the goal here, again, as I mentioned, is this won't make it permanent, but it will give him that glimpse. It will give him that reminder and that proof that, you know, he can do it. He can be loud. It's in him and nothing bad happened.
We saw little glimpses of it, of him just like fucking letting loose, smiling. That is there, covered up by shit. And you've been covering it up your entire life, shoving in your subconscious your entire life, that now it's like you've forgotten that that's really you. And what do? We tell ourselves, I don't have this. This is me, and I'm going to work on getting it versus letting it out. And until, like, as you keep on working on getting it, you're going to keep reinforcing this is you. This is your default. And when, as we saw, this is not his default. If that makes sense. I hope you're all following this, by the way. Yeah. All right? So, you're good on this one. Give yourself some props, because as I see right now, you're back in your head judging yourself.
Yeah.
Some props. Same for him, same for him. Hi. Hi. Now. All right. Do you want I still see you judging yourself. Do you want the ultimate experience right now? The ultimate grow experience? You want it? We'll blast the fucking music as we do this. Literally, this is your time. This is how you should feel 24/7. Go! Everyone up! Go!
So I go all out with this too. I mean, I'll make you crowd surf. It's like whatever it fucking takes. So this is a great example of getting out of your head, you know, going through these different exercises, going through these different experiences that kind of unlock this authenticity that's inside. It doesn't get to the cause, it doesn't make it permanent, but if you do this on top of that inner journey and letting go of the resistance, I mean, why not? Why not hit it from both angles? And I want to add another segment here too, because another thing that a lot of us just suppress is singing. You know, it's being loud, dancing, those are huge, screaming, huge, and singing. So
another one a lot of people have trouble with is singing. And I had this too for a long time. I remember as a kid, we're all loud, we're all loose, we all laugh, like we all sing shit. You learn songs at school, you're singing them all the time. Until, for me, for example, my parents kind of playfully teased me about it. Not in a mean way, in a fun, joking way, but in my mind, I'm like, oh, I can't ever let anyone see this loose side of me who can sing, you know? If your parents are, you know, every time you're happy, they're like, no, it's like, that's good, but, you know, don't get ahead of yourself. Be serious, okay? It's good to celebrate, but let's focus on the next thing. In your mind, you're like, well, I'm not allowed to celebrate my success. It's always about the hustle. It's always about the head down. If you laugh and people are like, oh, you know, fuck, like they say, hey, that's not funny, or don't laugh, you're going to start suppressing that part of you that laughs. I had that too. For a long time, I always thought like I'd look completely stupid whenever I laughed. I thought it was uncool to laugh. Even in a picture, I'm like, well, what's the cool pose for a picture? Because I can't laugh because I look like a fucking idiot if I laugh. And we just start suppressing it. It's crazy, you know?
Can you sing something?
But why don't you?
I can.
Well, let's do it now. Come on up. Come on up. Here.
But you have to think with me.
Don't react. Don't react. Usually impulses like that, which I do like, it means it's something little bit inside of you that's been suppressing this for so long. You're like, and you like kind of project it. It's like, oh, sing. You're actually telling that to yourself. As you can sense by how tense you are right now. Okay? So, what's the song you like?
I like a lot of songs, but I can't
Let's pick
find
one.
the lyrics. Down from Jean Paul, you know?
No, but if you don't... Here's the plus side for you, is that this actually gives us some fucking Wi-Fi. And well, let me ask you this. Do you know We Are the Champions by Queen? If not, I'll give you the lyrics right now. All right? Now, by the way, does anyone feel tense just now, like, fuck, I'm glad I'm not him? Raise your hand and be honest. Yeah. It's pretty fucking crazy. Now, anyone who feels really tense about this, it's like, we all have that. That's like a sign, like, you have some shit that's like really shoved down there, and now it's kind of being triggered, like, oh my God. Like, we all have it. Like, if I sing, if I let loose, I will be so ridiculed and shamed. And that's what you feel now, and your ego's telling you that too.
Yeah,
and what are you doing now?
It's like I was like really tense, but now it's like coming down.
Well, you are going to be tense because I'm going to be judging you, dude. Everyone's be judging you. Let me see. I'll even plug it in so you get the full-on speaker. Alright, so you have the lyrics here.
When do you upload this?
You have the lyrics here. Stay focused. And here's the song.
So you can see also signs of him trying to escape it here. You know, unlike the first guy where it's like, no, I can't. He's like, again, making these little jokes like, what, like this? Do you have do you know the song? What, do you like this? Or trying to not be so focused. Again, these are just signs of him trying to escape. But, as we discussed before, you're here, you're in front of the crowd, I'm there. There is no escaping. You can try as much as you want to avoid this experience that will unlock some authenticity. It's not going to help.
Now loud so everyone can hear. Nope. We gotta sing loud to the crowd.
To no crime,
Good. Keep going.
bad mistakes. Made a few.
All out. Everyone knows the chorus. Loud. Arms up. Assume it. Even louder, louder. Louder. On your own. We are the champions again. 3.
We are the champions.
Even louder. Assume like that feeling you had when you were part of the group. Fuck the lyrics. You can fuck them up. You have my permission to fuck up the lyrics. It doesn't have to be perfect.
We are the champions, my friends.
Louder.
And we'll
That passion.
keep on fighting till the end. We are the
Louder.
champions. We are the champions. No time for losers.
Pause.
Because we
Right.
are the champions.
Now good? But you were way louder with the crowd.
Loud up.
No, when everyone was singing,
Yeah.
you were louder. I want you to like tune into that. That feeling when there is no shame, you're part of the group. Because that's really the way it works. It's like when you do it and everyone fucking joins in, you're like, it's okay. I will not be mocked. I will not be shamed. I can finally let it loose. And when you really do it, because now it's like you're back to kind of doing like this half-ass, you're still trying to be cool when you do it. It's not really a release, but you will feel relief after doing it. Most of the time, it's like, again, we're just like always suppressing shit. So it's like, just think, suppressing, like you sing as a kid, it's like, ha ha, like that. People mock you, like, shove it down, shove it down, shove it down. So you suppress shit, and then you spend your rest of your life just running away from that. And this is how that little voice fucking kicks in. You want to talk about self-acceptance? It's this. Until you fully accept and release and go through and experience all the stuff you've suppressed, you're always going to be escaping. And there's always going to be that little voice where it's like, okay, yeah, you succeeded at that, but we all know you're not good enough. We know there's parts of you that you should be embarrassed of, ashamed of. That's why we think it's like, well, I'm not good enough. But then if I really ask you, why are you not good enough? A lot of the time we're just like, well, just 'cause. Like there's no real reason, but that's really it. It's going in to that dark fucking spot where you just suppress shit, where you think all this stuff's wrong with you. And it's funny how even positive things could be wrong with you. Singing, laughing, something's wrong with you. And guess what? That has been running you your entire life, and your whole, again, paradigm's built on that assumption. Okay? So what we're doing here, by the way, is instead of escaping it, we're learning to express it. Okay? And that's good. It's better than nothing, but it's also not fully getting to the cause. Okay? Expressing is better than just keeping it suppressed, but ideally it's going in and just fully releasing it. So you don't even have to escape. That's true self-acceptance, by the way. It's diving into that and realizing there is nothing wrong with you. Because until then, you're always going to feel like there's parts of you that are unacceptable, and that's why you never feel like you're enough or complete. You know? And, I mean, we all have this. And this, too, it's like, for you, it's also kind of taken in, like, you're not the only one who has this. A lot of fucking people have this. Yet, it's very easy to think we're the only ones. It's just us. It's just, again, your mind and you. You little weirdo. Everyone else laughs. Everyone else can sing. Like that. Like that's what we think, you know? And we think, well, no one will ever accept me. But here it's like, hey, look, a lot of people are like you. The more personal the wound, the more universal the wound. And I can guarantee you, too, kind of building on this, no matter who you are, okay, someone out there will accept you. No matter how fucked up you are, whatever weird shit you're into, whatever things you're ashamed of, someone will like you. Yeah, who was asking like the Derek story? You guys hear that one? Right? Most fucked up but most awesome way of explaining this. So basically, here's the story. This is a true story. There was this guy up in Washington State in America who had a weird fetish of getting fucked by a mule or a bull up the ass. A very true story, and don't film this part. So that was his fetish, and he went on Craigslist, and he wanted to join people into the fun, so he started inviting all these guys up, and they would all meet, and just, you know, like 12 dudes just go up to this farm and all get fucked. Until one got fucked a little too hard, and there was internal bleeding, and he had to go to the hospital, and he died. True story, and then everyone found out about this and was like, oh my God. Now, with this beautiful story here, in terms of you and who you are and all your suppressed shit and everything you think is bad about you and unacceptable, if that guy can find 12 other dudes to go get fucked by a mule, you can find someone who likes you for you. Okay? Like, it's true, no matter who you are. Like, if I came up to, say, you right now, and I'm like, look, you have to bet right now, like, are the chances higher of you finding a girl who likes you and fully accepts you for you, or of finding another dude to go get fucked by an animal? What's the higher percentage? Which one would you bet on? Finding someone who likes you for you, no matter who you are. Yeah, we're like, no. If she finds out all our dirty little secrets, it's over. Okay? And we do this with, again, like singing, letting loose. We also do this with, you know, anxiety. You can still sit. Don't. You're not done. You're not done.
I just want you to see.
You don't have to qualify yourself. Okay. Because you will also have this, by the way. Like, the more you kind of start digging deep, there's a fuck ton of resistance, which you're experiencing. Deep breath. Deep breath. Okay. No one's out to get you. That's another thing to really realize. It's like no one's out to get you. No one's out to shame you. It's not a battle, you versus the crowd or you versus me. It's kind of realizing, oh, no one's here. No one's against each other. And it's not about being cool. It's not about being right. It's not about not being wrong. It's not about not looking like an idiot. It's about being authentic. And I can guarantee you, like, once you let like those little bursts of authenticity out, that's what everyone will connect with. Like, no one wants to see some dude who's like fucking always like perfect and cool. It's you can sense the fakeness. It's annoying. It's like we're all just here like trying to find authenticity, and we underestimate the value of authenticity all the fucking time. Like, that's what we want. If you actually even saw him just like totally like voice crack and shit, but there was like that realness. It wasn't controlled. It was a little glimpse of him letting loose. That's what everyone would connect with and love way fucking more. You know? So we are going to get you to do that, but yes?
Yeah, so you mean like accepting that you like, for example, when you sing like in front of everyone, that you are like not like perfect and you're not like as loud as possible as you can be. Like.
Well, if you fully accepted that it's fine not to be perfect, you would be way louder. And that's another interesting thing. Is like we're telling ourselves, okay, we're not perfect. Let's put in effort to be perfect. And here's the difference. There's a reason too, by the way, I'm able to talk like this. Like the mic's unplugged right now, and you can probably hear me all the way to the back. I'm not forcing shit right now. It's not like I'm like, so I'm talking right now really loud so everyone can hear me. So I'm talking right now really loud so everyone can hear me. It's loose. You want to get really loud, you can't fucking force that shit. It has to be loose. And then you'll see it like comes out. And that's why I talk about even like hustle coming from abundance. Like we're always putting in so much effort to like hustle, hustle, hustle. If you're loose, holy shit, can you go way harder and for way longer. Like right now, if I came up on stage, and this still happens, by the way, there's still that little belief where it's like, here's the crowd, let's fucking win the crowd over, let's do this. And you've seen probably seminars like that, where I'm come up on stage, I'm like, like that. They're good, but this is the stuff that's a lot looser and more powerful. And this requires no fucking effort. Because the other one is like you're battling, it's like you're still trying to be cool. Just let go of it all, and the same as like trusting inspiration will kick in, you got to trust that loudness will fucking kick in.
So this is really the outer approach, you know, and I combine the two. I'll do this, and then I'll have him sit down, for example, and go through the process of letting go. But why not do both?